Hey y'all, so I wasn't planning on making this video today, but it just hit me I was just chilling on the couch, just got home, and today I had to work. And one thing today, I forgot that this is Pride Month, right? And I don't really pay attention to a lot of the holidays and things that's going on because typically I be just doing my own thing, right? But today I was teaching. Well, not even. Well, today I was teaching, but today I went to school, I would say, and I seen a lot of kids wearing a lot of. I want to say like. I don't know how I'm gonna word it, but they had like rainbow attire. Like, I don't want to say a pride paraphernalia. I mean, that's paraphernalia. Is that a word? I don't know if I just make that up, but that's the word that came to my mind. But but a lot of the kids are wearing rainbow attire, and there was one event that happened today that I didn't really know how to respond to. I think today the kids have just been just very noisy today for some reason, and I was already exhausted this morning. But one of the incidents that happened was that one of the little boys came to me and complained that another student kissed him, which was another little boy. And this is like the first time I've ever encountered a situation like that. And I didn't really know what to tell him other than, hey, don't kiss him, right? Like, that's not cool. Why are you kissing him? And he was like, the little boy was like, well, we was playing, and and he was talking to him like, we was playing. Why are you telling on me? We was playing. And he was so convicted in a way. It was like, why would you tell her that I kissed you? Like, that's so private. Like, you weren't supposed to say anything. And I'm standing there looking at this whole exchange, and I don't really know how to really respond other than telling this little boy, don't kiss this other little boy who obviously is uncomfortable that this boy kissed him. And I don't really know like how to intertwine with that, but I think it caused a lot of confusion for children when they are dragged into, and this is like a far left topic, so a lot of people are going to have very strong opinions about what I'm about to say. This is a very unpopular opinion, which is fine, which is cool, but I think that all perspectives are necessary when we talk about children, when we talk about education, when we talk about community, and when we talk about God, like this point blank period. And I'm not gonna go too deep into what a lot of people may call religion, but what I do want to say is that I've experienced today a lot of kids wearing a lot of rainbow attire, and it epiphanied me because I was like, oh, it's Pride Month, like, one girl had a little shirt, rainbow shirt that said, you can't stop me. Another girl had a rainbow skirt on. A little boy had on a rainbow shirt. And, they was really rapping. And I know that a lot of this does not come from the kids. These come from the parents a lot of the times. And I will say the kids that I taught, that I'm teaching are kindergartners, right? So you have to account that a lot of the choices that the kids are making at that age are from their parents. And it just like baffled me a little bit when I seen so many kids participating in this Pride Month festivities, when I feel like they're so innocent to this movement and they are not giving the clear opportunity to understand what pride means and what are they representing. And we can get into the argument of saying, parents have all rights over their kids to say and do what their kids ought to do. And as an educator, that's totally fine. It is not up to me to dictate what a child wears to school. My job is to educate that child, teach that kid and treat that child to respectfully and equally as I would teach and treat any child in the school. And that is always my number one priority because that is the job I signed up for. But I'm just speaking on the social aspect of teaching, not the job, just the social aspect that comes with the job and some of the things that you kind of have to bite your tongue on, or you can just be confused on how to maneuver through these circumstances, situations, especially in these days of time of politics and so much going on. It trickles down to our little kids. And that is my biggest concern whenever things is happening. Is always the next generation, how this is going to affect the next generation. Is it going to benefit the next generation, or is it going to harm the next generation? I don't think a lot of people really take that into context, because a lot of people are so greedy and they want now, but we don't talk about sustainability and sustaining this culture, sustaining lifestyle, sustaining reproduction, procreation. Sustaining those things are still important, because once everybody start humping on each other, who's going to have the babies? Like, once the men stop that's a whole nother topic. I didn't get up here for that because I was about to start ranting, and I didn't get up here for that. But what I did get up here is to explain, just my outlook, my opinion on kids wearing this type of clothes to school, and the event that happened with the little boy kissing another little boy. With all of this happening and going on, as a teacher, you are very confused, as everybody else, on like, how do you address these problems? Because you don't really want to get the parents too much involved, because of course the parents don't really want. Certain parents do, certain parents don't. But it's like, what to the culture that we're in today, to what extent do we report these type of actions? Is this something that is reportable? Is it something that we have to tell their parents about? Or is it something that's natural, seen as natural? And I can say as child development who I went to school, took some courses of child development, understanding that certain kids at a certain age have, are curious, and that is purely natural, right? But like I said, what becomes an issue is when these kids are they've been told and seeing different things, and they don't really know, like, it's so, I don't feel like they're not given the opportunity to choose. That's all I'm saying. I think it's kind of been shoveled down our kids' throat, and not saying that it's the educators doing it. More so, like I said, it starts at home. It's the parents who feel that these things are appropriate for their kids. These are the same parents who want these type of classes to be taught in their schools, where they're teaching young kids about their genitals and about I don't even know what, because like I said, I'm into politics, that I don't go too deep into it. I feel like I am so sensitive that I only address the things that come to me. If I don't see it, if it's not in my forefront, in my space where that I can physically address it, then I don't really worry about it. Just leave that problem to the next person, right? But when I do see things, especially in my own community, that has me questioning my own, self, and how to, as an adult, how do you handle this situation with these kids? And, is what is necessary. And of course you would say, talk to your principal, but all these resources we don't have. Even with the principal is confused. They tell us the generic things that we are supposed to say and do. But when we talk about the everyday lifestyle, and school is about to be over, right? It's June 7th. The kids have 10 days left in school. And so it's like, at the end of the school year, things just kind of get disarrayed. Kids are kind of just acting a lot more, active than, the sun is shining, so the kids are a lot more active. But it's a thing that I feel like educators and parents need to think about, especially when we talk about school, because kids are especially when kids are not able to express themselves in their own way. Some kids are. I have met kindergartners, young kids who can express themselves. But I think the sensitive topic of LGBTQ, the sensitive topic of Pride Month, what that stands for, what that means, what the mission is, I think that we should leave our kids out of it. That's my personal opinion. Now, I'm not saying that I will mistreat a kid or any matter or be biased with the kid because of what they have on and what. No, every kid to me is a kid. And that's why I'm saying this, because I feel like kids are kids and they need the opportunity to be kids and give them time to grow up, to have understanding of what all this means, because kids don't know, and we as parents put these things and symbolism. Some things we don't even have to talk about. It's just the symbolism of them. The kids are curious. Like I said, they want to know what these things mean. They're hearing parents talk about it. They see it on the news, and so they're becoming aware, and too aware, if you ask me, at a very, very young age. And I mean, even this school year, I've heard so many kids talk about marriage and wanting to be married and all these things. And the kindergartners, like, I don't even think I was talking about that in kindergarten. I didn't even know. I mean, if this normal, then fine. But to the like I said, to the extent, like I said, kids are naturally curious. But there has been, like, even to the point where it interferes with education, right? When you tell a student, "Hey, write a story," and this kid write a story about being married and having babies, that is just too much for me personally. For 5-year, 6-year-olds, okay. I need you to write a story about rabbits and bears and tigers, not about being married to another student and having babies with him. Like, that to me is just totally, I mean, you did the assignment, yeah, but it's like, yeah, I don't know where your mind is. You know what I'm saying? Kids' minds, like, why is your mind there? Your mind shouldn't even be there, especially at such a young age. And I think it's important. Maybe she does have a mom and dad who is in a beautiful marriage, and she sees that and she wants that, which is awesome. But like I said, I don't know why I've seen it so much this year. Not just with one student, but multiple students. And that's why I feel like it's pretty much just being forced down my kids' throat. Sexuality, relationship, all this stuff. And teachers have to deal with it. Even I have a cousin who's a teacher, and, in her school, 5th graders are having sex with each other. 2 girls, you know what I'm saying, in the bathroom. 5th graders. Like, I mean, at that age, more understanding to be curious than a kindergartner. But at the end of the day, it's still too much. It's still too much, because in 5th grade, I mean, I wasn't even thinking. I mean, that's just how I grew up in my culture. And every culture is the same. But like I said, it's scary to think about. And I'm going to make this video very short because, like I said, this is a random video. But I just wanted to put that out there. This topic can kind of branch off to so many other topics. We can talk about parenting. We can talk about media. We can talk about education. We can talk about so many different things in just this one. And who's responsible, right? And I think that we all know who's responsible. We all know who's responsible. And there is like no other, we all know who's responsible. It's that innate knowing what and who is responsible with all this that we see, even on media, news, in the school, in the education system, what the agenda is. And, when it comes down to education and to the schools, I think that's when we need to like really be paying attention about what our kids are learning in schools, what the public school system are now trying to overturn. Not just in my community, but all over the world, all over the United States. There's so many things in education in Florida, Virginia, New York, California. I mean, all these major, Texas, all these major places who are overturning their own history, who are, overturning a lot of the education systems that is happening, and I can only talk for Virginia and from the district that I work for and the district that other friends I knew work for, and it's a lot. And I'm just only saying this because the school year is almost over, and today was one of those days for me, and the kids was just so noisy today, just so talkative. And it was just the biggest, it annoyed me so bad when the little boy kissed the other little boy, because I've been telling this little boy all day to stop touching people, stop, just stop. And you talk to kindergartners like that, stop. But today's just been super annoying, especially at the end of the year when they know, like, you say things once, maybe twice. But if I gotta keep telling you 5-10 times, it's a problem. Like, at this point, what is happening? What everything we done learned before, y'all forgot? Because it's hot outside, y'all just want to act out. I mean, y'all know how it is with kids and teachers, and y'all was in school, so y'all know how y'all was when it got warm outside and y'all was acting a mess in class, But anyway, that's all I just wanted to share. Just be more mindful and just be more aware of what's going on in our systems, with our schools and our government and finance and everything. Every single thing we need to be aware of right now, because a lot of moving pieces are happening. Major moving pieces is happening right now as I speak. And I think that even myself has become kind of aloof to a lot of the BS. But like I say, I only address things that come to that comes to me. I don't go looking for nothing for the most part. But if it comes to me, then yeah, I'm investigating, right? I'm figuring it out. But if I'm not going out here just looking for it, it's coming. And that's just one of the things today that came. It's just like, it's real out here, and it starts at home, and we have to, as teachers and educators, be more mindful of boundaries and what we're getting into, and coming, just what we're getting into when it comes to this teaching thing, and these kids and these parents, and how can we as teachers create a safer, more conducive environment as for teachers, because we have so much control, we have so much focus on the kids, which is so important, right? But we forget that this is a job, and as any job, you want the working environment to be conducive for growth and expansion, not toxicity and corruption. And it's a lot of division in teaching. It's a lot of division when it comes to teaching, because even, like I say, it's still a job, but these teachers are still individuals. These teachers still have backgrounds and history, the things that's what makes teaching so fun and creative, because you take all that you are and you give it to a child, all the creativity, your own history, your own background, your own way, your own culture, and giving that to a child and raising a child up and for the next person to build on. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And so we have to understand that when we have teachers who's teaching our kids, we want to know those teachers' backgrounds, what they believe in. I mean, I think these are necessary, what they believe in. And I think a parent should have the choice to choose who their child is being taught by. And a teacher should have the choice to choose who they teach. And also feel that we should, like I said, as teachers, be more, find some way where that we can find some type of median ground where all teachers can bind together. All teachers can have an agreement to say, this is what we need. We have the resources that we need, the basic resources. There's our basic things as teachers that we need, like just having a budget for having a safe and equal budget for school supplies. I feel that, and this is an off topic, and after I say this, I'm going to log off because this is off topic, but this is a theory and my beliefs. But I feel that all schools in the United States every teacher should have a budget Every school should get an equal amount of budget on how much each teacher can get to spend on their classroom, because teachers are not even given in a lot of what would you call it, allowance for their classrooms. I feel like if a teacher signed a contract, she should get some allowance for her classroom each year, not just so I don't think a teacher should actually have to come out of pocket to teach her kids unless she really wants to. So I think that's something that should be, definitely, if we have the material that we need from not just a federal, local point of view, but even down to the teachers having a budget for their salaries to be able to have an allotted amount to be able to get the materials and things that they need, even if it's added to their salary with an allotted amount or a benefit. That would really help a lot of teachers when it comes to having the material. And that's just totally left than what I was talking about with the Pride Month. But maybe somebody will take that idea, run with it. But thank you guys for listening. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.